Welcome to episode 68 of the SNLF podcast, sponsored by New Style Apparel, the hottest new clothing line for the football casual. Head along to newstyleapparel.uk for Noah's latest creations and lines. Here we are back again, another week of Sussex football in the books, and we're only 6 weeks from the end of the season, so it's really starting to hot up. No Mike this evening. He's not present in the dugout, busy with some work misdemeanors from the sounds of things for our WhatsApp chat. But got the other two guys with me this evening, the SNLF food guy. Gaz, how are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Got the old man flu at the moment, so I'm struggling. I'm in the trench.
I did warn you, didn't it? It's going to come out. It's going to come out. And you no. And I'm like, mate, it's going to be a belter.
Yeah. I'm all right, mate. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. And also with us as well, the Sussex stat man, Mr. Chris Pryor. How are you, sir?
Solid, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Bit of a late night last night, Dorking, by the time I got in and checked all the National League results and everything else.
I was this close to sending you a little audio of what the results were, save you time.
Thing is, when I was coming, I always check the north and the south as well, and I've looked through the tables, and then I wait for the rest to do the morning after and update all the Sussex ones. So, but there we go. It's the joys of a Tuesday night football. But our guest this evening had rather a longer journey than what I did last night to get home, and a longer journey than the other two guys, because I don't think either of them were at football last night. We're delighted to have back on the pod this evening from Chichester City, Darren Dabber Kilpatrick. Sorry, Dabber, how you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. Please excuse I'm in the camper van. Erin and Ethan are in bed, and if the eyelids look slightly dampened, and low, it wasn't extremely late last night. They did shut the M25 down as well, so. I mean, I think I rolled into bed at 1:45, and the players didn't get back to Portsmouth till just after 3. So yeah, deepest, darkest Essex got us good last night.
Yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the beauty of non-league football, and this is only step 3 level as well. But yeah, there are certainly a few journeys for you as well, and obviously vice versa for them coming back down. Great to have you on again, Dabber. Obviously, we had you on last year, and I think at that point you were still just about chasing the playoffs, which came up. I think you were literally, was it 3 points short in the end?
Yeah, we had to beat Dover on the last game of the season, and we came up just short. We huffed and we puffed, but we just didn't get across the line. Super proud of those achievements. However, we pulled up just short.
But absolutely fantastic achievement last year in what's a very competitive division, and I think this year it's even more competitive than it was last year.
No, totally agree. It's crazy. The league's crazy. I think there's a couple in there that are full time. There's a few that are hybrid, and the wages that are getting thrown about are insane. So yeah, extremely competitive league this year. And I think we're just sort of one win away from more or less surviving it. But until we get those points on the board and mathematically safe, I 100% won't relax, because all the bottom teams now, we've found out a lot of them have got rid of 3 or 4 players this week and heavily invested in some heavy artillery that are coming in. So yeah, that's their situation to try and get out of it. So yeah, I think we need one more win and maybe a draw to mathematically get out of this.
Yeah, it certainly has been not the easiest season for a lot of clubs, and obviously we wanted to get you on at some point this season. Obviously, in terms of what happened early in the season when we lost Billy Vigor as well for that horrific accident up at Wingate and Finchley, and with the statement coming out this week that the Isthmian League put out that you guys haven't got to go and replay the game, it's staying the result as it is, which I don't think they could have come to any other outcome than that.
It was a very sensible outcome, gents. There's no way that the team could go back there. No way. Never. never this season. I don't even know next season or the season after if we ever play them. I don't know. Personally, I don't know whether I can go back there. You know, it sounds strange, but even the analysis sent clips in this week for the Canvey game, and I was looking at it and I was like, that's Wingate's pitch, and I had to turn it off. So yeah, that's the brutality of what's actually happened. So yeah, I think it's a very sensible decision from the league. One of their better decisions, and I'm really pleased that they came to that conclusion.
Yeah, absolutely as well. And I was at the game Saturday. You played against Craig Wanderers as well, and first time I've been at Oaklands Park this season, I think, quite rightly. And obviously, you know, you have a little applause for Billy with the shirt up. There's the banners everywhere and that. But what's been the process behind how to remember Billy's memory best as a club?
I think the applause is a beautiful thing. When we hang his top up, that won't stop this year. We've obviously, you saw our black armbands that we have with BV9, and I think as a club that will always be on the shirt. We're having a new kit made up with the hearts and the angel wings, sorry, embroidered into the shirt. With obviously BV9 on the back. And we're just discussing about some sort of armband putting on. The players won't go out without their armbands on. We've had to get more made up. It's part of their identity now. So yeah, I think moving forward as a club, gents, to answer that question would be the rehab centre. It's a big thing. Like Billy was into, obviously had horrendous injuries, and he fought and he came back from injury after injury. He was like a personal trainer, so we think that fits lovely. Speaking with Luca, his agent, and Keith and Camilla, we feel that could be one of the biggest things for the club, to put in aid and memory of Billy. But like you probably saw throughout the ground, there's BV9 everywhere. We've got hats, we've got snoods, we've got everything sort of labelled up for him. And I think those are the memories. And it doesn't matter whether we're at Chichester or if we stay at Chichester for another 20 years or go to other clubs. That's football. Billy will always be BV9. Heaven has gained a striker wherever we go.
Yeah, I think like I say, it's the first time I've been in that, and to see it all around the ground was really nice. It's a great touch, and you want to do as much as you can. You know, if it was a player, a supporter, you know, because it's all part of one football family, isn't it? Wherever you go, like you say, if you're at Chichester for 20 years or you're there for 2 years, you know, it's something that just doesn't get forgotten over time.
Absolutely, totally, and he never will be. Those that knew Billy would just know what an absolute beautiful young man he was. Stunning, just kind, considerate, humble. I think the biggest word that you can use for Bills is humble. Considering his background, where he'd been from and come from. Yeah, just a beautiful human being, and the family are the same.
And it's someone known in the game ever expects to go through, and someone so young as well. Well, there are a good level of support bases able to be offered to yourself, to the other guys on the coaching team with you and the players.
Yeah, we've had some really good support, gents. PFA have been decent. They came in, did a little presentation for us, and I know quite a few of us have all reached out to that, and they've been really helpful. So that's been good. The local community have been great. We've even had like a reflexologist from Chichester, Nick, that's come in and just offered free support, free reflexology for any player that wants to, which has been lovely. Jack's been really good with the FA. He just said, anything you need, let us know. Even like the local community, the shops, the printers, Game Set and Match, Pinnacle, Premier Sports have all been so helpful with any printing that we've needed doing or any memorabilia that we needed doing. They've been excellent with. So the community's been really good, and the PFA, and the FA to an extent, but we've gone via the PFA for the support that's all needed.
That's really good. It's good to hear because, like we say, it's something you just don't expect, and then when it happens, you want to hope that everyone gets the support. They've got people to lean on. You know, I imagine the squad, yourself, Danny, Miles, and that have been probably come that little bit closer as well.
Yeah, as you probably well know, the squad's super close anyway. What it experienced with Graham the year before. But yeah, it did galvanise and pull us together even more. I didn't think that it could get any tighter, but it definitely did. And bringing Bill into that was, I brought Bill to the club, and I remember the first conversation I had with him. He was on holiday, and we were having a chat, and we got him in for pre-season, and our aim was just to get him smiling again and playing and enjoying his football, because he was a terrific player. Well above our level. So the aim was just to get him fit, get him playing for a year, and generally, hopefully, move him on to where he belonged.
No, that's good. And we all never expect to see anything like this happen ever again at a game, or hear about it when we're elsewhere as well. But what steps would you like to see added to maybe the ground grading or something like that has more impact on player safety and welfare?
Yeah, I think that's the golden question, gents. That's the golden one. Yeah, I spoke with a couple of the lads the other week about it, and we were talking about knocking the walls down, and I know what the FA will say, that who's going to fund this, that the cost of this is extortionate, and I get that. However, I always say, until it happens to someone that you know, or someone closely or dearly to you, you can't explain how it feels. So for us to say we want the walls down is we want the walls down. We because of what we've experienced and what the Vikers have experienced, friends, family, the football community. We do need to do something. Even early stuff like maybe pad the walls that we can't get down at the moment. Bring the pitches in 2 yards at the moment until we can get this sorted out to get these walls down, or the funding for the walls down. Bring the pitches in 2 yards. If that had happened at Wingate, Billy would still be with us. Honestly, I promise you that. So yeah, I think we've got to start thinking really logically now. We've put some wonderful, to be fair to Belly, the chairman's put some beautiful padded BV9s. I don't know if you saw them at the weekend behind the goal, and they're padded like advertising boards, which is really clever. They could go over the walls. So that's another, small solution at the moment. And if they were on that wall, I'm sure Billy would still be with us. I could put my hat on that. So yeah, but the walls need to come down. That's it. And like I said, I know they'll talk about funding, but until it happens to someone nearest and dearest to them, they'll never understand it.
I think you're absolutely spot on with that. You said to us just before you came on air as well that the season's been a little bit up and down. And obviously what happened beginning part of the season as well has been, something that probably makes you want to get to the end of the season a bit quicker. But as I said, I was there on Saturday against Cray, and first half you were absolutely brilliant. Probably should have gone in 3 or 4-0 up at half time, and they made a couple of tweaks, I noticed, second half as well, and they were on top for a bit, but couldn't find the back of the net. And then the second goal that Joe Moore got just really killed off the game, didn't it? But you couldn't follow it up last night at Canvey.
No, we didn't. We've played really well the past sort of month, actually, to be fair. We had an incredible performance over at Dulwich. So the performances have been great. Matching some, like the outcome's been quite good in some cases as well, but the process has been incredible. We went to deepest, darkest Essex last night, and yeah, the pitch was awful. Yeah, we had some players out, granted. There was a Hurricane Billy going down the back of the pitch, hostile little crowd going on. I can only just describe it as character building, lads. Yeah, it didn't suit our style and method of football. However, that's something I'll have to address. We still had spare fullbacks, but because we didn't have a left-sided one last night to slide the balls down the side, which we like doing, and in on the diags, we really struggled with. Yeah, and we looked tired. It took us 3.5 hours to get there. But like we said before the podcast, lads, that's non-league. Roll your sleeves up, get on with it. That's what you got to do. That's what this is about. I don't think the fans will see it like that sometimes, but that's the brutality of it. You got to go there, and we had a good discussion after the game, and Canvey thoroughly deserved their victory last night.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they pulled a couple of results out the bag. Canvey at points where I've looked at it and gone, how the hell did they manage that one? But then, if you look at the other three sides in that bottom part as well, Potters Bar, Cray Valley, and Welling have all picked up results when I've looked at them and gone, they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that's the league all over. And like again, don't be surprised if they make a couple of more signings in the next couple of days. These sort of 4 or 5 teams to try and get and climb up that league. That's definitely going to happen.
Well, I think the only team that might not sign players might be Welling, because I think Ryan Maxwell's run through this season, haven't they? Which is horrific.
Yeah. I think they've made a few signings. And like I said again, it's always going to be the case that the teams want to get out of it. And like we discussed earlier, lads, the league is brutal. It really is. The standards is really good. And there's your teams. I think I said it last year that you're getting redlined every week. You're getting totally redlined. Your team's in the red all the time, and it's the teams with the bigger squads that would generally make the playoffs, would generally get promoted because they can rest players. And we don't have that luxury with 16, 17 players. We brought a couple in on loan just to bolster the squad, Harry and Zach, which would be nice. And we might be able to rest 1 or 2 players. We're going to try and get maybe 1 more in the building by the end of the week. And then that'll be us go for the running and try and accumulate a few more points.
So there you go. Gaz?
Yeah. Look, I won't not dwell on it, that's not the right word, but we won't go too much into it. Obviously, I was down there for the Chatham game. I think I spoke to you then. And you were giving out hats to some of the lads, and they were really, truly grateful. So what sort of role do you think the supporters play at a club like Chichester, especially this season?
The little ultras, guys, have been brilliant.
Yeah.
And they're multiplying. They're breeding down. I think they're bringing their mates in now, and I think we had a couple of drums banging on Saturday, and that, for me, that's football, lads. That's what the community is about.
Yeah,
you know, we're bringing in the young ultras, and but we have got a lovely little fan base now. You know, we see them every week, which is lovely, and they're so important. And you know, the £10-12 that it costs to come in is all part of keeping the club afloat. But I make no bones, gents, we need someone that can put some money in. We can't survive on what we're paying at the moment. We are the lowest wage bill in the league, officially. We're us and Canvey are the 2 lowest.
Yeah.
And we need to. The club are working hard to try and get some sort of financial stability to get someone in and just do it, because it's a wonderful football club. It is community based, and it cares about the community, especially with the 3G bringing all the teams in, and it does make it a cohesive environment. So but that is something. Once we can get mathematically safe, that's something that we're all going to be working on.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
To answer that, guys, if they're huge, they're brilliant.
I think I was at the Chatham game, and the one thing I picked up on, and I think you went there and actually beat them as well in the reverse fixture. So am I right?
Yeah, we did. We were lucky that day, by the way.
But I don't think you were, because I think you had their number. Like, I think I said to you after the Chatham game at your place, Everyone's like they're the full time, they're the best, one of the best teams in the league, the best team in the league. You made them look distinctly average. So if you've got officially the smallest budget in the league, they've probably got the biggest.
There's those in Folkestone, I think they are up there. But
You're
at home, way above, like way above, guys, and appreciate your kind words. And at home, I thought we were excellent. The methodology that we use and we play to, it is hard to play against, and when we get it right, it's really hard to play against. And we're like every team. When we get it wrong, and we made a couple of bad decisions last night as the management team as well. I'm the first to admit that. But yeah, it's exciting to watch when we get it going. We were quite lucky we went to Chatham though. I think we went 2-0 down, and then Miles Abudu's just like, he's gone bang bang, and then Rob Hutchins has scored direct off a corner, all 3 goals within 5 minutes. I've never experienced anything like it in my whole career, gents. Never. In fact, I didn't even celebrate. I was like gobsmacked what was going on. But top respect to Chatham, what they're doing. It's a big football club now.
Yeah. A couple other ones for you. People see 90 minutes, 180 minutes, whatever it is over the course of a week. But what does a normal week look like for Dabba?
Wow. Okay. I'll try and nail this down as quick as I can for you. So a Monday into the university for work, level 4, 5, and 6, coach educator, coaching performance. Tuesday the same. Leave work at 5, straight over to the ground for training. Train, finish at around 9:30, 10, drive home. Wednesday into the college. Sometimes have a game, sometimes don't. So just depending on what we've got on the Wednesday. Come home, I have a Wednesday night off. Thursday back into the college. Thursday night back in training. Finish at around 9, back home. Back to work Friday. Back home on Friday at 5. Friday night off with the kids, with Erin and Ethan. And then Saturday back in. If you're playing away, you're leaving the house at around 9. And then you're back home around 9 at night. And then in amongst that, lads, you got to try and be a dad. You got to try and eat. You got to try and keep clean.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you need to get a little bit of sleep in amongst that as well, lads.
Nah, it's overrated, isn't it?
No, if you've got a camry.
That's why I got a camper van. I'll start sleeping at the ground soon, I think.
You should just start driving yourself to like a Canvey on a Tuesday night. Just drive halfway back, kip up, and then go straight to work the next morning.
I've actually thought about that on a Tuesday night when I'm finishing super late, like watching a game or something with the lads. I might as well jump in the van and have a kip and get up and go to work. So that is in the thought process, lads. Don't worry, that's coming, I think.
Well, I've got a couple of quick fire ones. We'll quit with the in-depth ones now. Best ground in the league apart from Oaklands Park, obviously.
At Dulwich, 3,500 in there last week. It was brilliant.
You're going,
brilliant.
Yes,
Sorry.
Week Saturday I'm going. When they play Billericay.
That's brilliant. It's great. It's proper football club. Yeah, it was lovely. It was nice this week that when we played the other week, I walked down the tunnel and Gavin Rose was there to greet me, and I've not seen Gavin's. Yeah, and he's a lovely man. And he just stood there and looked at me, and I'll give him. It was great. He's a lovely man. Dulwich definitely.
I thought you might have said that. When I look at it, that's kind of the one that I would sort of go for. Toughest opponent this season?
Canvey away.
They're in a dogfight, right? They're going to be, aren't they?
Yeah, Canvey away, difficult.
Best player you've managed? I think you may have answered this one, potentially. I don't know.
What, over my career?
Yeah.
Managed. Oh, wow, lads. Oh, my God. There's been so many real decent ones. Oh, God. You've caught me off guard with that one, boys.
You went to the next one. Let's get to the real nitty-gritty.
Go on, hit me with the next one. I'll have to come back to you on that.
Tea or coffee?
Oh, coffee.
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
That's easy.
Cappuccino all day long.
Cappuccino.
all day long.
Okay. I don't know if you listen week in, week out, but I sell coffee for a living. So that's one of the questions. That was why I asked that question. Everyone else has said the first person that said coffee. So,
all day. Without coffee, I don't survive.
Likewise.
I get out of bed and I'm out in about 20 minutes. Yeah, no, that's the last one for me. I'll come back to you. I'll let you think while Chris is asking you questions, although sometimes his questions are a bit more in depth than mine, so you might not be able to think about it, but I'll pass you over to Chris.
I think given the topic of conversation, I don't think stats is necessarily the way this conversation should go. So I'm going to go a bit off piste here. Dabber. First of all, on the point that you made about not being mathematically safe, I actually make it that you are.
Oh, really?
On the basis that I've simulated the season 10,000 times, and the maximum number of points you need to stop up is 44, and you're on 46.
Well, Chris, I promised the players I might even go and treat myself to half a little lager on the note on that now. No, that is great news. So appreciate that.
And if by some miracle Chris has got it completely wrong, just want to add, it's not me or Trev or Mike that's got it wrong. It's.
I mean, let's not call it a miracle, because that would be pretty bad. To be fair,
Chris, just to answer that again, sorry, but why I am the way I am is working with Jack Pearce for 20 years. He installs that philosophy into you, that you're never safe you're mathematically safe, because anything can happen in football, and unfortunately that can be detriment to some of the things that I do, but it also is a plus to some of the things I do. So yeah, that's where I get that from.
It's never bad to be cautious, I don't think. But I think when you've, like I say, I simulate the season 10,000 times in order to sort of iron out that sort of exceptional thing. But the fact that the maximum comes up below what you're currently at, I think means you're pretty good. I still remember when Chichester were County League, the fact that the club is where it is now and so comfortably there as well is great.
Thank you.
But I just want to take a slight detour. You mentioned all your educational work, and I just want to call out the fact that since you were last on the pod, you've actually been inducted into a Hall of Fame. Do you want to talk to us about that?
Yeah, thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I got inducted to the AOC Hall of Fame, which is one of the biggest achievements of my life. There's not many in it. So yeah, recognised by the English College Football Association as well. So yeah, that's an incredible award. I'm super proud of my achievements with it, with the younger players, with the ECFA, with the national team. We've produced some great players through it, Iliman and Dye, Mickey Demetrio, Nick Pope, to say that these are just a few that have come through the ECFA. So yeah, super proud of that. And yeah, I don't really know what to say. I still sort of pinch myself, realizing that I've got the award. So yeah, really...
I think it's. Sorry, I just want you. Yeah, I mean, it calls out it's obvious from your record at Chichester that you're a very talented man, and I think this kind of shows as well. Like, we spend a lot of time talking about Sussex non-league, but people have lives outside of that as well, and and do quite a lot. Yeah, and I just wanted to bring that to the fore, that it's a job well done. So congratulations on that one.
No, thank you, Chris. And without my team around me, it doesn't work. It's like you guys. You work as a great team together. You can see it. So without your team, you're nothing. Without your support mechanisms, you're nothing. And I've been fortunate enough to have some lovely, incredible people around me in the ECFA and throughout my career. Some great mentors, Dean Wilkins, Alex Twitchin, Jack Pearce. These are just to say a few that have been incredibly good towards me. So without them, that moment, Ian Barber would not have happened. But I really appreciate you recognising that. Thank you, Chris.
That's all right. And like I say, the job that you've done over the years, but particularly this season last, given everything that's been going on at the football club, I think is testament to yourself, testament to the team around you and the players as well, and the fans. Just, yeah, keep up the good work, mate.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your kind and lovely words.
But right, have you managed to pick out your player from Gaz's quickfire round?
Gazza, you've killed me. You absolutely killed me. I'm probably going to go with a player that I worked with at Bognor when he was, you might not remember Luke Nightingale, that was a centre forward for Bognor.
Yeah, played for Portsmouth, didn't he?
That's right. If you're looking at talent wise, he'd be probably the most, probably the most ability and the most coachable. But there's been so many gents that have come through. There've been so many. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to drive to work tomorrow and I'm going to go, I missed him. That's who it was.
I'll tell you what, send it to me and
I'll send it, Gaz. Right, that's a deal, Gaz. I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah. Because I'm a little bit I'm a bit foggy still, so yeah. That's
the Essex. That's the Essex fog down the estuary.
I came out tilting like that. It was sort of problem I had last night. It was one to forget, lads. I think you play 50 games over a season, and I enjoy watching our team play. Probably about 47 of them, and last night was one of those 3 that I was like, "Can we please go home, everyone?"
It happens, doesn't it? Listen, just before we go, Dab, I wanted to pick out a couple of players as well. Now, Jimmy Wild, great to have him back. The tussle he had with the Cray centre half on Saturday was pure, proper football between the pair of them. And you kind of just know that if Jimmy had been fit to start the season, you probably would have been about 5 or 6 places higher in that table, because he just guarantees you 20 goals a season, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And when we bought Billy in, we were looking at Billy and Big Jim. They were the 2 exciting 2 9s, because obviously we played 2-2. And yeah, them 2 up front would have been quite magical to watch. So yeah, that would have been very, very interesting, those 2 together. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, definitely that. And the other guy I want to pick out is Rob Hutchins, because when he was at Wick many, many, many years ago as a young lad, he was a left winger and he was full of mouth, but he got so much ability in that left foot. And now, every time I watch him play, he's just an absolute superstar. And he's calm, and he's level-headed, and he's so different to that player back then. But how have you guys managed to turn him around from that into what you've got now, who's a real leader on the pitch?
Yeah, we've worked hard with him, to be fair, gents. We've worked really hard with him. He still has some moments of madness, though. Proper moments of madness where I think he thinks, I don't know where he thinks he sometimes, but yeah, he's a wonderful lad as well. They're all of them, they're so honest. But yeah, to answer that, yeah, we've worked hard with him especially on his 1v1s, using his arms more, getting his feet set correctly for 1v1s, getting his body shape right for balls in behind, left foot over right foot over left, banging people's arms down with his arms, trying to get like the opposition unbalanced a bit more. And we worked really hard, not just with him, but with the whole defensive unit. But he's a pure athlete. He's a thoroughbred. He really is. So yeah, no, he's a good lad.
Yeah, I think we've got quite a few really, really talented players, and like you say, such a tight group as well. And it just looks like they know each other's game inside out, back to front.
We train how we play. Everything's designed around the model. Everything's designed about what we do and how we do it. I wish we had more time to work out on possession. I really do. But yeah, they train hard, and they take on board what we're trying to do with them, and they buy into it. And you know what, gents, we listen to them as coaches as well. It was really interesting. They're out there playing it, and they'll come in and speak with me, and I'll sit there and I'll listen to what they're saying. And then sometimes we might adjust little bits along the line with that. So that the players really think about the game, which is wonderful to hear and to see.
Brilliant stuff. Dabba, thank you very much for giving up your time to join us this evening. Been absolutely fantastic to have you on again. Good luck for the rest of the campaign. Try and get that 4 or 5 places higher. You might pick Burgess Hill to be the top side in Sussex.
Oh, they're flying. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
They're really going well, and yeah, top respect. Well done to Burgess Hill. They've had a great season. They're doing excellent. So yeah, there'll be a hopefully a good game of football when we see them on Bank Holiday Monday. But yeah, top respect. They're having a great season.
Yeah, certainly should be. Well, go and enjoy the rest of the evening, Dabba. Great to have you on. Yeah.
I don't think I remember the time where we've had so many positive comments about one individual. Lee Stratford, what a gent Dabba is. Had a privilege of 3 years of getting his knowledge. Pure gent. Dean Cox, best coach I've ever had. What a man. But even nicer bloke. So much time for Dabba. And Monty Watson Price, I think that is. Busiest man alive, but always available if you need any help or support.
Thank you, gents.
I don't think there's been that many comments about one individual.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And always honoured to be on, lads. And thank you for letting me express the feelings around Billy. We love him and we miss him every day. And really appreciate you having me on, gents. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Take care, Dabba.
Thanks, Dabba.
Nice to meet you, Dabba.
Thank you. Oh, sorry, gents, just one more thing. Sorry. Well, just listening to Dean Cox, we have lost little Momo with a knee injury. So his ACL has gone. So yeah, we're on the mend of trying to help little Momo out. So just a big love to you, Mo.
Lovely stuff.
Thanks, gents.
We will share the GoFundMe as well. I have seen it somewhere. It's been mental the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, hopefully, guys, you saw it when you read my piece on Saturday, because I did put it on the very bottom.
Mate, I haven't had any problems sleeping for a little while, so I haven't read any of your stuff.
You need to get yourself the Canvey, Gaz.
Yeah, if we're asleep on the way home, that's what he normally does on the way trip.
Yeah.
Thank you, lads. Really appreciate you having me.
Thanks,
Take
mate.
care.
See you later, boys. Bye. Bye.
Nice to meet you, Dabba. All the best.
Bye, lads. Bye.
I was actually just going to say, Gaz, as well, like just after you popped off air as well, you are right. That's the most amount of comments we've had, I think. Really, really gushing and glowing, which is really nice to see. But as far as I'm aware, same as we had last year, everyone's got that opinion of him across Sussex.
Yeah. And he's a thoroughly nice guy. I think when I spoke to him at Chatham briefly, gave me his number. I said, look, when you're ready. I dropped him a message yesterday. He was on his way up to Canvey. That was 2:00 yesterday afternoon, might I add. He was like, I'm just leaving for Canvey now. What a guy. What a guy. And the fans love him as well.
And what, sorry?
The fans love him as well.
Yeah, they do, yeah. And I think it's just that close-knit thing that Chichester, I think, have always had. And obviously what's transpired this season as well has just brought that even closer together. As well along the way. Right, let's head into the results and everywhere from last week. Let's start in the National League South. As always, on Saturday, Horsham went down 3-0 at AFC Totton. Eastbourne Borough went down 2-0 at Salisbury. And Worthing went down 1-0 at Tunbridge Angels. Nice little 3-2-1. On Tuesday evening, Eastbourne Borough lost to Ebbsfleet United by 3-1. Horsham went down 2-0 at home to Hornchurch, and Worthing drew 0-0 with Maidenhead. There ain't many goals around, is there? Right, this coming weekend, all three are at home. Borough host Maidenhead United, Horsham host Tunbridge Angels, and Worthing get a visit from Chelmsford City. Then on Tuesday evening, Horsham host Bath City. Not a great set of results for our side. Another new manager in at Eastbourne Borough with Steve King. But with results that transpired last night as well, is it really too hard for him to stay up now?
I'll go with yes. I mean, I've been calling it a long time with Borough, but maybe 3% if they're lucky. Genuinely, I just don't see it. They're unable to string results together. Another new manager coming in. I think I don't know enough about Steve King really to comment, but I think the fact that they turned off comments for a new manager, probably not a great sign. I mean, like I said a couple of weeks ago, still the case now. They haven't strung 2 wins together all season. And they now need snookers. So I think they're a long way away.
Monty obviously saying he was at the Horsham game last night. It was a game of low quality of Horsham being very sloppy and blunt going forward. I know Dom is extremely short on numbers, and obviously picked up Shiloh Remy from Worthing on loan for the rest of the season. He went straight in to start last night as well. And they were playing Hornchurch, weren't they? I was at Dorking against Chelmsford, another top-end clash, a bit like Worthing and Maidenhead as well. And obviously they were keeping an eye on the Hornchurch score as well. I mean, Hornchurch have been a bit blippy of late. Dorking are 2 without a win. Chelmsford are coming up nicely, but when I was at Dorking last night, they've got Ebbsfleet this Saturday. They play Hemel at the end of the month. Chelmsford go to Worthing on Saturday and then host Slough on Monday. A bit like the Isthmian Prem, there's no easy games in this division, and everyone's starting to take points off of each other.
Yeah, I mean, Chelmsford, like you say, they're coming up on the rails nicely. I think they've only lost 1 in 11 now. So they're really starting to move to just in time.
They've scored a lot of goals, haven't they, as well?
Chelmsford, walloped, I think, 7 past Bath the other week.
7 past Bath, 5 past Torquay away.
Yeah.
Level drew with Dorking, which is, as we know, is no mean feat. I think
Dorking lost once at home this season, so that was decent for Chelmsford last night.
I think they'd won 15 of 18 prior to the game, so that's a really good point for the Clarets. So, yeah, I mean, Worthing just don't. They seem in a real funk at the moment. I don't know if you've seen any of the games recently, but even I mean, they're not losing every week now. Like they did go through a period of not winning in 8, I think, was it?
Yeah.
And they've at least turned the home form around. But I mean, we'll see how that goes on Saturday, I suppose. Yeah,
that'd be interesting. Chelmsford very pacey up top. Obviously, Lyle Taylor is up front as well. Got the goal last night. They're tidy. I'll give them up that much. They do like a lot of possession. They do try and play it through the midfield through Charlie Adams and Archie Tamplin. As well, so it's been another interesting test for Worthing at the weekend, especially only taking a point off Maidenhead last night as well. But there's still plenty of. Sorry,
Maidenhead were down to 10 men for 25 minutes of the game as well.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. But Maidenhead are in really good form as well. But there are a lot of sides coming up on Worthing at the moment from underneath. So certainly going to be relatively interesting for the next couple of weeks at least. Yeah, before they get into Easter. Right, let's get into the Isthmian Premier Division and results on Saturday. Whitehawk went down 4-2 at Averley. Lewis lost 2-1 at Brentwood. Burgess Hill Town beat Wen United by 2-1, and Chichester beat Cray Wanderers by 3-1. On Tuesday evening, as Dabba said, Chichester went down 3-1 in the depths of beyond at Canvey Island. Whitehawk went down 4-3 at Dulwich Hamlet. This coming Saturday, Chichester at home to St Albans City. Lewis hosts Dulwich Hamlet. Burgess Hill head to Ramsgate. Cray Wanderers are back in Sussex to face Whitehawk. And then on Tuesday evening, Whitehawk are at home to Cheshunt. As I mentioned, I was at Chichester against Cray on Saturday, literally because Cray needed the points to get into the playoffs, and a few friendly faces there as well. But Chichester were extremely good first half and scored after 4 minutes. Really, really one of those slick, Dabble put together moves across the pitch, left to right, right to left, and resulted in the first goal. And there really should have been 3 or 4 up at half time. Harry Seedon kept Cray in the game, literally all the way through. And then when he was beaten, there was 1 cleared off the line as well. And I thought maybe they might rue the missed chances, but Cray did make a tactical switch at half time, which put them on top for about 15 minutes. And they put so much pressure onto Chai but could not score. Chai broke away, scored a second goal just after the hour mark, which killed the game. Didn't matter what Craig did substitution was. They didn't quite manage to come back into it. Chai scored again about 5 minutes from the end. I thought, bang, that was it. Craig then got a penalty. The keeper on loan from Cambridge, I think it is, Jasper Briggs, did save Alex Hernandez's penalty, but Frankie Morgan headed it in. So I thought, about 5 minutes left, bit of stoppage time, get another one back, could be a bit dicey. Chichester then had, I think, which one got sent off first? The Costa got sent off first, I think. Last man tackle on the edge of the box, off he went. And then into stoppage time. And Joel Lampin was the referee. Now, he's a referee. He's in Sussex one as well. One of the best I've seen in years. And as he stepped up through the levels, been brilliant. He had a great game as well. And Gaz, you'd have liked him because talking to the players all the way through, where he wanted to throw in, absolutely great.
That's what you want. That's what you need to see more of.
Yeah, absolutely. But
in their bloody whistle.
Yeah, but we come to stoppage time. There's an absolute melee of players. Quade Taylor picks up a yellow card for Cray, and Davison picks up a second yellow for Chichester. So they're down to 9. He's off down the tunnel, and then all of a sudden there's a bit of commotion about whether that was his first yellow card or his second. Now, the referee had no idea. So it was actually the assistant referee on the dugout side, who obviously one of them does keep track of bookings, and I'm assuming he's the senior one that should anything happen, he takes over in the middle. He did confirm it was his second yellow card. He had already been booked, so I got it right, but it kind of soured his performance a little bit because up until that point, everything had been absolutely spot on and brilliant. Go on, Chris.
If you're a player and you've not been booked before, but you're theoretically sent off for a second yellow,
well, it wasn't the player that was querying it. I think it was the Chichester bench and a few people standing in and around the bench. The player had gone down the tunnel. He was in the dressing room.
I guess that's my point. Like, if the player's walking,
but it put doubt in the mind. And it shouldn't have been a doubt in his mind because he should have known he had booked him. He was right at the end of the day. But, Chai were really, really, really good and worth the 3 points. It's put a massive dent in Cray's chances of making the playoffs.
And it means that it gives Burgess Hill a bit of a foot up.
It does, yeah. That playoff picture is looking mighty. Yeah, a little bit tight. Yeah, I think Dartford's win last night's put them back in contention. Burgess Hill, I think, have got a little bit to do, and they did rely on a 90-plus equaliser and a 90-plus winner. 7th and 8th time they've scored after 90 minutes this year, which Burgess Hill tweeted out on Sunday as well. But you play to the final whistle.
You do, but that was against Welling as well, who I think have been well documented struggling of, just noticed one of my graphics is out, which is annoying. For my own preparation, that's all. But again, you'd want a bit more of a margin. Tell you what, though, if you fancy a bit of a road trip, they're at Ramsgate at the weekend, and that promises goals.
A good game. Yeah,
I think the reverse was 4-3 Burgess Hill. Like, it's two of the goalier sides in the league. So. And both have done really well, actually, from stepping up in the southeast.
Yeah, they have. I think Ramsgate changing from Ben Smith going upstairs and Lee Martin coming in. Obviously, didn't work out for him at Welling, but come back to Ramsgate and they've absolutely, obliterated half the division. Probably if the season started when he came in, they probably would be sitting in those playoff places, or they'd be really, really hot on the heels, wouldn't they?
Agreed. Yeah.
With those. Right, Isthmian South East time, and on Saturday, Hastings United won 3-1 at Beckenham Town. Broadwood Heath lost 3-2 at home to Margate. Crowborough Athletic went down 3-0 at home to AFC Whiteleaf. East Grinstead and VCD Athletic was postponed. Eastbourne Town and Faversham Town shared a 0-0 draw. Hassocks went down 3-0 Jersey Bulls, and Three Bridges lost 1-0 at Sittingbourne. Then on Tuesday evening, Three Bridges won 6-1 at Beckenham. Broadwood Heath lost 3-1 at home to AFC Whiteleaf. Crobe Athletic beat Ashford United by 2-1, and East Grinstead Town went down 3-2 at home to Sheffield United, which confirmed East Grinstead's relegation. This coming Saturday, Broadwood Chief head to Ashford United, Crobe Athletic host Beckenham Town, Eastbourne Town are at home to Sittingbourne, Hastings United host Margate, East Grinstead Town head to Herne Bay, Hassocks are at Mersham, and Three Bridges host Sevenoaks Town. Then on Tuesday evening, Broadwood Chief are at home to Hassocks, Crobe Athletic host Faversham, and East Grinstead Town are at home to VC. Gaz, I know you relegated East Grinstead about 5 months ago, but finally it was confirmed on Tuesday evening in probably one of the better results of the season.
Yeah. I think it's probably a little bit too little too late. I think I saw something on Twitter tonight saying that's the end of that then. And I think, I can't remember who, someone else replied and was like, no, it's not the end of it. It's the start of another story now. You need to start looking towards next season. This season's done now, isn't it? They've got nothing left to pay for. Just get it. Just get it. Get next season started now and get next season going now and forget about this season. So my watch has done that 3 times now. Trying to text people what I'm saying.
Chris, you're at the Saffrons.
I was.
A good goalless draw or a ball draw?
No, it was a good goalless draw, actually. I thought. Anyway, I thought, again, I think Town kind of held Faversham at arm's length. I don't recall a massive amount that Chris Winterton had to do. I think we created our own chances. It's a good result. We got 4 points out of Faversham this season, actually, which is, which considering the way they're going, is pretty good. It doesn't concern Sussex an awful lot, but the race for the playoffs is now a lot spicier, actually. What with Jersey Bulls, going great guns at the moment, not lost in yonks, and Faversham sort of slipping up a bit. It's getting a bit spicy now, so that's a nice bit of interest for me. But no, 2 good results. I mean, we've only got 2 points in 6, which sounds worrying, but it was 2 good draws in the last week, away at Merstham and at home at Faversham. So good, yeah, pretty good, pretty happy with life.
Yeah, not bad at all. And
apart from City, Monty, I'll come back to you.
And Three Bridges turned a loss round in style on Wednesday evening, didn't they, with a Noel Leighton hat-trick and not doing much for Beckenham survival hopes.
Well, Reece Hallard wasn't even playing and they still banged in 6. I mean, what more do you want as a Three Bridges fan? I mean, every single time they've lost this season, they bounced back with a win.
Yeah,
you just can't say better than that, can you?
And a hammering win each time, I think.
Yeah, it has. So, yeah, let's go for it. Broadbridge away, followed that with Sheppey at home 7-1. They lost to Erith, beat Sittingbourne 2-1. Now, Sittingbourne are a bloody good side, so fair enough. Don't hold that against them. Lost to Faversham, beat us 5-0. Cheers, boys. Lost at Deal, beat Mersham 5-0. Lost at Sittingbourne, beat Beckenham 6-1. Every time, it's just like, no, don't poke. Stop poking the Bridges bare. Stop it.
Yeah, certainly doesn't do anyone any favours, does it, as well? And Gaz, good results for Hastings and Crober over the last 7 days as well. It's given them a little bit of breathing space from away from the bottom 5.
Yeah, 10 points in it, the difference between Hassocks and Hastings. Hassocks in the last relegation spot. So I think it's one of the last 4 that are left. To go down.
Funny enough, actually, I can't remember whether I was writing a piece during the week or I was talking to someone else that if, for example, Hassocks and East Grinstead finish in the bottom 4, Littlehampton finish in the bottom 4 in the South Central, what happens laterally in the Southern Combination? Because there ain't going to be, if 3 sides go in, someone's got to ship out. So, depending on whether Guernsey win the playoffs or they don't, or they go up automatically, because there is a chance they could do that if the other 2 slip up. There's so many permutations depending on, and if Hassocks come out and finish above and Erith finish in the bottom 3. Littlehampton get out the bottom 4. So only East Grinstead come down. Who's gonna be the shunt across then? It's so this is where it gets interesting.
Yeah,
Statman's dream.
My head's just gone. Oh, all the different permutations that are whizzing across my head. It's meant it will be interesting. I hate to say it, I do fear for it. I think Sussex now. I think Erith have just put together a bit of a run of form. I know what I've been saying all season, like for the latter part of the season, that Sussex have still got all these good home fixtures, but the reality is they've lost 8 of the last 10. It's just not. It's not looking good. And Hastings, I never had any massive doubts about because I knew they had that double header with East Grinstead and Beckenham, and you thought, that'll get them out of it. It'll be Reet. But no, great result, Crowborough, because Ashford have been going great guns.
Yes, very good result.
So well done to everyone at Crowborough because that's a mad result.
Absolutely, but get probably big game on Tuesday night when they go to Broadbridge Heath, Sussex, which I think. Do you put that in the must-win category, or you mustn't lose? You've got to get something out of that one. Mersham, we don't know which Mersham will turn up on Saturday. They could get something there, but does it turn into a we mustn't lose, or we must get at least something out of it?
It's really hard at this point of the season, isn't it? Because you'd say most games are must-win now because of the situation they're in. For anybody not looking at the league table, they're 5 points behind Erith now, who've got a game in hand. And goal difference sits on their side as well. So you're starting to look at snookers. Now, Mersham...
4 points behind, not 5.
Hmm?
They're
I thought they were 4 behind as well, yeah.
They're 5 points behind, I've got them.
No, Erith had a point deducted.
How's it not come from this table either?
They're on 33 and Sussex on 29.
Then I apologise. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I take it off on some of my graphics, but not all of them, seemingly. That's frustrating. 4 points, but they've got a game in hand. They've also got, I'd say, better form, and also better goal difference. So it's looking tight. I think they've got to go into it now with a must-win mentality. Mersham are not invincible, as you said, Trev. Particularly of late, they've been very hit and miss. I think they need to be looking at 4 points from the 6. I think that's probably fair to say.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Right, Isthmian South Central Time. Results on Saturday, Littlehampton Town drew 1-1 at AFC Porchester and Bognor Town drew 1-1 at Hartley Whitney. This coming weekend, Bognor are on the road again to Bedfont Sports and Littlehampton Town at home to Egham. Decent point for Littlehampton at Porchester, especially I think they played with 10 men because Billy Collins was sent off somewhere within that game. But obviously they're still in the bottom 4.
Yeah, Kingstonian winning as well didn't help. And they're playing tonight, actually. So let me just get
they're 2-0 up. They're 2-0 up.
Kingstonian are.
Yeah.
So, that's probably not great for Littlehampton either. But
well, no, it's actually not too bad because Binfield are level on points with them with 2 games in hand. So I'm assuming this will be one of their games in hand.
Oh, it will be. It's just,
playing Binfield.
Yeah.
It's at Kingstonian. So but even Binfield have still got, it'll be 2 games in hand after tonight over Littlehampton. So it's a tricky one, but it's a good point. Porchester have been flying of late. They were nowhere near the playoffs, as late as I'd say probably December, and the run they've been on of late to get into, they're now firmly in the playoff hunt. Well, not hunt. They'll be in the playoffs. There's no doubt about that. So that is a good result. Ascot won last night as well, which is another sort of fly in the ointment for.
Yeah, because 2 points behind Littlehampton, I think.
Yeah, and that's their first win in, I think, 13, 14, 16 games, something mental like that. So, yeah, it's getting very, very tight down there now. Littlehampton, they're only like, was it 6 points off the top half? It is so condensed down there.
Yeah. Yeah, they can pick up a few points. And again, the problem has been, though, is Littlehampton picking up a win. It's a bit like Sussex.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Been asked on Instagram, will Littlehampton go down?
Well, Mike would say no. because Mike says no Sussex side ever gets relegated, but one's already fallen through the trapdoor, which we knew was coming. And
Mike would say no Sussex side would go down from the Southern Combination given the opportunity, I think. But
yeah, he would, wouldn't he? Well,
yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised he thinks Copthorne are getting relegated, but there we go. I mean, last season they got themselves out of it. They were in the bottom four. They got themselves out safe with about 4 or 5 games to play.
Yeah.
The same can feasibly happen this year. There's enough games left to do it, and there are enough sides close enough for them to. I mean, Bognor are only 4 points better off. So you win Saturday at home to Egham, who at one stage were bottom of the table, having not won a game, and now they're not far off the playoff positions. It's possible, but the longer you go without a win, the longer it takes to get one, especially at that level as well.
Oh, week on Saturday, Littlehampton travel to Binfield.
Oh, that is a big one. That's a 6-pointer.
Yeah, Bognor at home to Met Police, and then
which is another 6-pointer because of the Met level on points or just slightly better off than Littlehampton, aren't they?
Yeah, and I'm just trying to get to the Easter
just plodding along.
Binfield have just scored as well.
The draw there would be really good.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
I mean, for the person who asked whether Littlehampton will go or not, my current modelling has them at 46% chance of going down. So it's still more likely than not that they'll survive, but equally, other than the 3 below them, they're the favourites.
Yeah.
I think until those games in hand are played, forget Horndean, who have got several still.
Yeah.
Once everyone's level on games, and then you look at the points total, then it will become a little bit clearer, I think, as to whether they definitely could or they've got a lot to do. But at least it is within their own hands. They're not sitting where Horndean or Fareham are, but it is just picking up that 3 points, isn't it? And that was the same thing we said this time last year as well, when they were sitting in the bottom 4 in the South East Division.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
they finish. I'll tell you what, if you want a last game of the season, they're at Horndean.
God, imagine that.
So that could be absolutely gargantuan.
Yeah. Right, let's get into the Southern Combination Division. Starting the Premier Division, the results last Saturday: Guernsey beat Crawley Down Gatwick by 7 goals to 2. Roffey won by 1-0 at Bexhill. Haywards Heath Town beat Shoreham by 9 goals to 0. So we're in Mike sacking territory there for Connor Cox. Horsham YM won 6-0 at Little Common. Midhurst and Eastbourne and Peacehaven and Telscombe shared a 1-1 draw. Eastbourne United won 4-2 at Pagham, and Lingfield won 3-1 at Wick. On Tuesday evening, the Peter Bentley Cup semi-final. Congratulations to Little Common, drew 2-2 with Pagham, but won 3-1 on penalties. In the Premier Division, Crawley Down Gatwick and Lingfield drew 2 each. Horsham YM beat Midhurst and Eastbourne by 1-0. Wick and Vardinians and Seaford and Peacehaven and Telscombe shared 0-0 draws. This coming Friday, Lingfield are at home to Haywards Heath at AFC Whiteley for the 8 o'clock kickoff. On Saturday, Bexhill United head to Guernsey. Lancing host Eastbourne United. It's Little Common against Forest Row. Pagham against Newhaven. Peacehaven and Telscombe are at home to Midhurst. Roffey against AFC Vardinians. Wick travelled to Seaford Town. Shoreham host Horsham YM, and Stenning Town at home to Crawley Down Gatwick. Then on Tuesday evening, Little Common at home to Stenning Town, and Pagham at home to Roffey, both 7:30 kickoffs, and Guernsey travel to Midhurst and Eastbourne. While on Wednesday evening, Lingfield hosts Newhaven at 8 p.m. at AFC Whiteleaf. Gaz, you were at Wick against Lingfield with Mike, presenting Lingfield with their Team of the Month award.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to see if I can not upset anyone. Lacked a little bit of quality in the game. I don't think Wick had a shot on goal in the second half. And to be fair, on balance, Lingfield probably deserved it. But there are 2 teams that obviously Littlehampton, we were just talking about Littlehampton. Wick, the management team looked visibly pissed off after the game. You see them walking around, they looked really, really pissed off. I think that would be a combination of players not doing what they were asked, whether Obviously, I haven't spoken to them. I know Mike stayed behind and chatted to them afterwards. But yeah, they look to have very little experience in that side. It's a very, very young side compared to what started the season.
Yeah.
And that showed a little bit. They seemed to sort of run out of ideas in the second half. They went 1-0 up.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a very young side. I don't want to upset anyone. I don't want to piss anyone off, but it's a young side who I think, if it wasn't for the fact that there's 2 worse teams than them, potentially 3 worse teams than them in that league, they could be in trouble.
Yeah.
They drew 0-0 with Van Dinians, didn't they, last night?
Yeah.
They could have done with getting a result out of that game.
Yeah, possibly. We'll come to those 3 in a minute, Chris, as well. But actually, off the pitch this week, been a good week for Wick. Nice tie up with Wick Dynamos, which was something we were trying to do when I was there about 7 years ago. And they weren't that interested then, which should help safeguard. That was Wick Dynamos weren't interested, not Wick itself. We were very much pushing for it. So that should safeguard their youth future off the pitch. And announcing today, Wednesday, that Crabtree Park will now be known as the McDonald's Stadium. And Gaz, are you loving it?
I'm loving it. I actually tweeted that, and I don't think it got the respect that it deserved.
Well, that's why I brought it to the pod. Just to get a little bit.
I literally had it. I literally tweeted it within 5-10 minutes of that going out. I'm coming on here, 54 people have seen it. I got no likes. Come on now.
But I'll tell you what, though, right? I'll tell you what, though.
The last 2 days.
Hey?
Hot shot on Twitter the last 2 days. My opinions on Steve King.
Well, do you know, all I've done is jump on the back of the KSI bandwagon, and I've got tweet impressions galore flying around all over the place. So easy to do. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, opening day next season, if they ain't giving out free Big Macs or quarter pounders on the way in, then, you know.
No, because Jason they've got down there does a good burger. He can give them away instead. Give away his burgers instead.
Maybe he won't. He won't. But no, so
what I will say though is off the pitch, Wick need to stay in this league and push on, because I was speaking to them there and they have got some big stuff coming over the next 12 months. Some really big stuff planned. And it won't work in the county Div 1. I don't think.
No, absolutely not. And it took them so long to get back up to the Premier Division as it was as well. Yeah, they really don't want to be losing that status. Chris, the form of Midhurst, Lingfield and Crawley Down Gatwick now looks like we're looking at 2 from 3 for the relegation places.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think the changes seem to have been made at the right times. Maybe a little less so with Lingfield. I think that, you know, the form started picking up.
Thanks, Monty.
Baby.
Monty just like my I'm loving it Twitter tweet. I'm assuming he's still watching.
Well, when he's not watching us. Get pumped in Madrid. Yeah, I think it is 2 from 3 now. I think the changes seem to have been made at the right time. Crawley Down have done really well. Midhurst, I mean, that's 2 games this week against playoff chasers. They drew with Peacehaven to end their 10-game winning run, which is amazing. And they lost at YM last night 1-0. I mean, some teams have got absolutely pumped at YM. And also, I don't know if you've seen Noel Fisher's goal from last night.
Do you know what? I kind of did. And then I'm sitting there watching it. I'm going, I can't stand these frigging VO highlights. I've got to try and watch it on a full screen. When I'm watching it on my phone, ain't ideal either. My screen's an all right size, but not brilliant for that. So I might have to try and have a look afterwards.
I'd recommend it. It was
my word.
What?
That is an incredible goal. He picked it up 10 yards outside his box.
It was Georgie Kincladze-esque. It was fantastic. So, but that's the only thing that's undone. Undone? No, that's not a word.
I'm done.
Okay, fine. there's undone Midhurst in the last couple of games against Peacehaven and YM. Like, fair play, Connor Hoare. Gilesy was Liam Giles was effusive in his praise last night for the job he's doing there. So no, I think it is 2 from 3, and Valdinians do just keep picking up points every now and then. They're not, they're not getting pumped. They seem quite solid now, and I think actually fixture wise, I think there's going to be some absolutely massive games coming up around the Easter time. We've got Wick have got both of them. Wick have got both Lancing and Shoreham on that weekend. So that weekend's going to be mega. I think it is 2 from 3 though, and
I think the bottom 2 are the bottom 2.
I fancy Valdinians. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying for a long time like how well they've showed up, but yeah, it does look like. I think in fact, hang on, just give me 2 secs. In 79% of my scenarios, the bottom 2 are the bottom 2.
Yeah. Just quickly, I spoke to Tom, Midhurst chairman earlier, right?
I hope he had a better signal than when he was on the pod.
Yeah, and he went, "We were unlucky last night, but fuck me, what a side YM are." Yeah, I think he might actually be listening because he's just messaged me again. So sorry throwing you under the bus, but yeah, no, it's the goal itself is really good as well, and I think actually I think the bottom 2, as Chris said, are the bottom 2 in that league, which is lucky for a couple of those other sides that are around there. But I think as soon as we saw Connor come in at Midhurst, I think we, as collectively, all sort of went, "They'll be all right."
Yeah, and again, as you said, with Crawley down Gatwick, Dave Connor made the difficult choice to get rid of James Day because of his association with the club and that. But sometimes you got to put that to one side, do what's best for the club or right for the club, and it's paid dividends. And Liam Joyce was starting to get a tune out of Lingfield before he stepped down the other week, and the 2 guys in there now have just carried it on, and pulled them away as well. And where we looked at maybe it could have been any 2 from about 6. Within the space of about 3 or 4 weeks, that's halved itself. And it doesn't look like anyone else is going to get dragged into it, does it? It's too much to do.
No. And the fact is they're all sort of picking up good results as well. I mean, Crawley Down were doing really, really well up until that game at Guernsey. And like that is the 6th time this season that Guernsey have scored 6 or more. So like, good teams go, quite a few teams have felt the wrath of Guernsey. So it's not like a damning indictment on Crawley Down. It's just one of those things, isn't it? But the job that they've done to get out of the situation they're in is obviously very good. Shame it had to come the way it did. As you say, given everything James Day's done for the club. But yeah, it's there's quite a few large score lines knocking around the SCFL at the moment.
Well, weren't they? Yeah, I mean, Hayward Heath have opened up the goal difference quite substantially now after and we gave Connor a lot of credit the last few weeks for the score lines dropping right the way down, but that was something of a hammering.
It's it is, but I suppose it is to give him a bit of credit, or to give Shoreham a bit of credit, like it was happening every week. And now, like, Hayward, it's happening to one of the top 3 Guernsey actually racked up 100 goals on Saturday against Crawley Down. So that's 129 games, which is frankly obscene. But then you've got Stenning and Guernsey are both over 90 as well. Like, there's a bit of a disparity, I think, in this league, more than we've probably seen in quite a while, in terms of just that massive division.
Absolutely. Right, let's get into Division 1 and results on Saturday. AFC Walkoutons beat Selsey by 6-3. Arundel against Ringwood was postponed. Billingshurst beat Mile Oak 3-0. Jarvis Brook won 4-1 at Copthorne. Dorking Wanderers B and East Preston shared a 2-2 draw. Infinity won 3-0 at Godalming Town. Weather United beat Loxwood by the same scoreline. AFC Eckfield Town beat Oakwood by 6-4, and Saltdean United beat Reigate Priory by 3-1. On Tuesday evening, East Preston beat Ringmer by 2-1. Reigate Priory beat Oakwood by 1-0. Arundel and Loxwood was postponed. Godalming Town beat Billingshurst 2-0. Infinity beat Saltdean United 3-2, and Selsey and AFC Eckfield Town drew 2 each. This coming Saturday, AFC Eckfield Town host Arundel. Oakwood head to East Preston. Infinity hosts Copthorne. Smile Oak against Godalming Town. Selsey head to Reigate Priory. Ringmer AFC are at home to Dorking Wanderers B. Saltdean United at home to Loxwood, and Worthing United at home to AFC Walcountians. Then on Tuesday evening in the Sussex FARUR Charity Cup semi-final, Worthing United host Selsey. In Division 1, it's AFC Uckfield against Billingshurst and Jarvisbrook against Reigate Priory, both 7:30 kickoffs. Arundel at home to Infinity, and Ringmer AFC head to Uckfield. 6-point weekend for Infinity, Chris, and only Godalming's second league defeat of the season.
Yeah, beating them does not come easy. I think, well, they only lost 3 last season. Like, they're pretty impenetrable at a lot of times. So that win at Godalming, 3-0 as well. Best defence in the league.
And they don't lose often at home, do they, either?
No. Although, fun facts, I think both of their defeats this season have come at home. I think the other was Mile Oak, which is weird. But no, and I tell you what, though, fair play to Mo and the boys to bounce back the way they did straight away against Billingshurst, who were up there. That's a good result for them. Another clean sheet. But yeah, Infinity, they're not going away, are they? It's made the title race. I mean, Godalming had only won one of the previous 5 before they beat Billingshurst last night. So that league is really condensed at the top end. So we might have a title race on our hands. I still fancy Godalming, Mike.
Gaz is crunching numbers. I can tell. He's looking at the league table at the moment.
I am. I'm looking at the fact that Arundel played the least amount of games in that league.
Yeah, and win them all. I think they're 3 points behind Godalming.
It's 2 points, I think.
Oh yeah, I know it's quite tight, and it's only
they've got 5 in hand over Worthing United, who sit 3rd. 4 in hand over Infinity, and 3 in hand over Godalming. And then Walcountians and Billingshurst are both sat on 24 games. It's going to be tough, but it's not something that they haven't done before. We saw it last season. And actually, I think Mike said in the group it might be a bit tough for them to play Saturday, Tuesday. But actually, they're used to playing Saturday, Tuesday. And if they win Saturday, win Tuesday, there's a bit of momentum going into the Saturday and a bit of momentum going into the Tuesday. They build that momentum up, right?
Exactly. And I've seen that back north with Glossop North End as well, which I won't bore you guys with the details with, but they got into an FA Vars final. They got into a sort of local treble as well, and they were playing in April. I think they played 13 games or something mental. So it can, I think, a positive feeling, a good team spirit, and yeah, winning. It's momentum, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing that might derail them is if they don't play Saturday and they don't play Tuesday. If they don't get those games on, I mean, they're at Uckfield on Saturday. If it tips it down between now and then, that's going to be in danger. They're at home Tuesday night. If it tips it down again, that's in danger. We're then talking Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, because you've got that Easter weekend, which throws a bit of a spanner in the works.
What I will say, obviously, I spoke to the chairman on Saturday. And I was like, there's a game on today. He went, I've tried everything. Pumps, rollers, just waiting for the pitch inspection now. He went, there's too many soft patches. There's ankle breaking. And I know that he got a new roller in a couple of weeks ago. So he's got a new roller in to roll the pitch. Look, I know they're doing everything they can. They're right on the river.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
We know. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, fingers crossed to get some games on, because you say we could then have a bit more of a title race. No disrespect to the other side, but I think Godalming, although they have the odd blip every now and then when they drop 2 points or they drop 3, which isn't very often, the others drop points at the same time. That's what causes a bit of an issue.
How many times have we said since New Year the main winners are Godalming and they haven't even played? But one thing I was looking at, Godalming, I think they're the lowest scorers in the top 7. They've got 47 goals. Now, admittedly, part of that is because they don't play very many games. But even so, they've got 17 goals fewer than Infinity. Infinity have only played one more. They do seem on the lower end of scoring. East Preston have scored 47 and they've only played one game more.
How many Godalming conceded, though, compared to everyone else?
21. You're right. That's
Yeah.
the strength. It was the strength last season, to be fair. And it was when Mo came on the show, he was saying that actually defensively they're really happy. It was going forward that they needed to improve. I don't know if they have or they haven't. I haven't gone into that detail, but you know, well, because as I've already proven myself a couple of times, my graphics aren't even right half the time. But Salt Dean, I mean, Salt Dean have scored more, 2 more goals than Godalming. Admittedly, they've played 1 game more, but that's the sort of levels we're talking.
Arundel scored 3 more and played 3 games less. So
it takes a goal to win a game.
Absolutely, yeah, you can win a game. I'd rather some managers would rather win a game 1-0, wouldn't they? Than
unless you're Guernsey, in which case it sometimes takes 7.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Right, let's get into step 7 of last week and results on Saturday. Division 2 Challenge Cup quarter-final. Capel beat Southwater by 3-1. In Division 2, AFC Brighton Rangers beat Alpha by 5-1. Bosham and Upper Beatty shared a 1-1 draw. Worthing Town won 3-1 at Brighton Electricity, as did Storrington at Ferring. Hailsham Town beat TD Shipley by 2-0, and Russington beat Rudgwick by the same score. On Tuesday evening, Alfold held TD Shipley to a 2-2 draw. Chichester City B beat Bosham by 2-0, and Russington won 6-0 at Storrington. This coming Saturday, a couple of big games in that division. Russington against Chichester City B and TD Shipley against Hailsham Town, which is the top 4 squaring off against each other. Brighton Electricity hosts Southwater, Capel at home to Ferring, Rudgwick host Bosham, Upper Beeding at home to AFC Brighton Rangers, and Storrington head to Worthing Town. On Tuesday evening, Division 2 Challenge Cup semi-final, Hailsham Town against Russington, 7:30 p.m. at Shoreham FC. In the Mid-Sussex Premier Division, the Sussex Intermediate Cup semi-final, Westfield beat Hollington by 2-0. I think they face Hailsham Town in the final Wednesday, the 8th of April, I think it is, off the top of my head. In the Premier Division, Rotherfield won 1-0 at Cookville Rangers. French Athletic beat Polegate Town by 5-3. Holland Sports beat Shoreham Seconds by the same score, and Crowhurst beat Reigate Priory Reserves 2-0. This coming Saturday, Balcombe hosts French's Athletic at 1:30. Rotherfield head to Polegate Town. Reigate Priory Reserves at home to Hollington United, and Crowhurst at home to Cookville Rangers at 3 p.m. In the West Sussex League Centenary Cup last week, games at Billingshurst Reserves and Salisbury Reserves postponed. Harthian went down 4-1 at home to Emsworth. In the Premier Division, Angmering against Holbrook Olympic was postponed. Horsham Crusaders won 3-2 at Petworth. Watersfield received the home walkover against AFC Fishbourne, and Whittering United and Dell United was postponed. This coming Saturday, Billingshurst Reserves head to Huntston in the Centenary Cup. Angmering at home to Dell United. Holbrook Olympic against TD Shipley Reserves. Petworth at home to Whittering United, and Watersfield versus Horsham Crusaders. What's in the comments?
don't worry, it's someone trying to sell us some shit.
Okay.
Thanks, Shabdad Car. We're not interested.
Yeah. Right. Team of the week. Wasn't a lot to choose from, was there, Gaz, at the weekend?
No, I can't even remember who we went for.
We went for Infinity for their 3-0 win over
go.
Godalming, and obviously backed it up with a 3-2 win over Saltdean as well
A resurgence
on Tuesday evening. Sorry? Resurgence
Saltdean, indeed.
Yeah. So congratulations to Infinity, your second Team of the Week winners.
Have we announced who got Team of the Month yet on here? I wasn't on last week.
Yeah, we did that last week, yeah.
Was it that long ago? Was it?
Yeah, if you listen to the whole show all the way through,
I just listened to you slagging me off at the start.
Well, that's standard when you're not here. If you turn up, you don't get slagged off.
Well, can't remember what I was doing actually.
Not very much. Well, you certainly weren't watching football anyway.
No,
you don't do much of that. Right, let's get into shout outs.
Can I just point out, I shut you up the other day because you were like, I don't do much football. And I told you how many games I had done. And considering I haven't done I'm not going to do as many as you because I've got commitments. When I told you I'd done 31, you literally just came back with, oh. That was the quietest I've ever fucking seen you. Anyway, carry on.
Anyway, carry on. I will just point out, though, 30 of those games came in the 2025 part of this year. We've only had one, Gaz, in 2026. Chris, got any shout-outs?
I do indeed. Yeah. Welcome to the 200 Club, Nathan Hover, Eastbourne Town legend now. I say he's our top goal scorer this season, which for a centre half ain't bad. But yeah, 200 appearances for Town. Never misses. He never misses a game unless his head's hanging off or anything. So fair play and thank you, Nathan.
Gaz?
Yeah, shout out to myself for actually doing 7 games in 2026. So thank you very much. Well done, Gareth.
I'll give a shout out to Gaz for making the pod this week, and I'll give a shout out to Mike for missing yet another one.
I actually think you've missed just as many as me and Mike have.
Well, do you know what I was going to say? What I'll have to do at the end of the season, the last one, is we'll have to put a little appearance chart in together and see who's actually made the most and he's missed the
Chris.
most. Well, Chris has missed a few.
I've missed a few, yeah.
Yeah. He had about 4 weeks off on the trot.
Yes.
So
yeah, December I was basically PNG.
Oh, okay. Well, I reckon I've done the most. You'd be surprised.
Right, it certainly won't be the most amount of games come the end of the season. Right, I've got 2 shout-outs. Peacehaven and Telscombe's Ross Barkley, 200 appearances as well, so in the 200 club with Nathan Hover. And AFC Walcountians Chicky is easy, I think it is, with 50 goals for them. So congratulations to him. So that's the...
Apologies, Chicky. Trev didn't find it very as easy to pronounce your name then. I apologise.
Jesus Christ. Just leave the puns to Chris, all right? It really doesn't suit you. All right, where's it? Well, I won't ask you, Gaz, where you're heading to. It's probably nowhere and nowhere. Chris, where are you heading?
I mean, where am I heading? South on Saturday, no shock. Tuesday, probably nowhere because I've got a Jersey the following week. So probably got to keep my powder somewhat dry.
Well, that's fair. Gaz?
Anything?
Something?
I've got my daughter on Saturday afternoon, so I will try and get somewhere. Where
Tuesday?
are you going, Trev?
What, Saturday?
Yeah.
I don't know Saturday. No. Tuesday I'm staying in Sussex, but heading to the Broadfield Stadium, see if Barnet can put Crawley in a relegation zone.
Oh, okay.
And I catch up with Smudger.
Shit food, shit fans, bit of money.
Probably. Well, I don't know if they've even got that anymore, but they're a point outside the League 2 relegation zone, whereas we're, I think, 3 points off the playoffs. So could be quite decent. Yeah. Saturday, I don't know. I don't know if to have a week off and go to Dulwich the week after. So it's going to be a bit pricey-ish. Yeah. Well, I say pricey-ish. We're getting him for free, but...
be about £8 a beer.
Yeah, well, that'll probably be free as well, but...
okay.
30 quid for a chicken shawarma.
That'd probably be free as well, but I don't know about Saturday. I'll need to have a look. I've been trying to get to Farnham and fitting it around Worthing being away because Pete Stone wants to go as well. And I went, well, let's go on the 21st of March. And then after I did it, I thought, hang on, I'm sure I'm supposed to be somewhere else. So when I looked at the fixtures, I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to be at Dulwich. And I said to him, what about this day? He said, no, I can't do that one. We're going, I'm somewhere else. So I think Farnham are away Saturday, so I can't even go there. So it's going to have to have a look and pick.
I'm a bit short on shout-outs. Firstly, I'm going backwards to shout-outs. Uckfield, 3 unbeaten now, which considering some of the difficulties they've had this season, I think is worthy of calling out. I mean, that's 7 of their 17 points have come in the last sort of 10 days. I mean, normally you can't get 3 games on in 10 days. So fair play to Uckfield. That's fair props for that. And also big shout out Little Common. I know you shouted it out as well, but yeah, shout out Little Common for a cup final appearance. That's massive.
Especially coming back from 2-0 down at half time as well.
Well, yeah, and also like think about where they were this time. Well, this time a year ago they were flying because they were coming back from bottom. But 15 months ago, I think they were in an East Grinstead or Copthorne style position, and since then they've been brilliant. So major props Little Common.
Yeah, there we go. Right, that's about it from us this evening. Isn't it always quicker when Mike's not on the show? It says something, really, doesn't it? You know. Anyway, if you want to get in touch with us, you can find us on X at the SNLF and on Facebook, the snlf.co.uk. Gaz on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
The SNLF.co.uk, the SNLF.co.uk, and the SNLF podcast.
There we go. Drop us a subscribe, drop us a listen, drop us a watch. I don't know what's on the podcast channel these days.
Well, do you know what we did? I don't know whether I wasn't on, was I? I put a video up of a referee because I wasn't here last week, obviously, as Travis well reminded us. Put a video up. He forgot his whistle. Do you remember?
Yeah.
He forgot his whistle. That video has had 85,600 people view it.
There we go. It's always the referee.
Yeah, the other one that did well was a referee getting smacked in the chops with a football at the end of last season.
I think we found the winning formula, boys.
Yeah, maybe I just need to take my camera and just follow the referee around for 90 minutes.
Do you know what? If you manage to get to a few more games, actually, you could make your own goals, gaffes, and bloopers at the end of the year just on referees.
Yeah,
a 2020's Nick Hancock.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, sorry for that. Whoever that referee was, but I know he had a howler the week before as well. So I'm not too sorry. Too howling.
All right, there we go. Right, that's it from us this week. We'll be back again next Wednesday. And if you're heading anywhere on Saturday, heading anywhere on Tuesday, enjoy the next 7 days of Sussex non-league football.
Bye.
Toodles, guys.